6 o'clock, John Snell along with Kelsey Davis, and we're following a major story this morning with fog and smoke that has shut the interstate in both directions out in the east.
Right, I-10 east and west at Michoud. We have Andres Fuentes live in the storm tracker. Of course, Christy Coleman keeping an update on what's happening. Let's get straight to Christy Coleman, who has the latest on now several crashes impacting the east and westbound lanes of I-10 west at Michoud.
Well, DOTD has reported an accident on I-10 eastbound at Michoud, but believing because of this dangerous combination of fog and smoke, they've got to shut down both sides of the interstate. So we are seeing some heavy delays on both sides. This will impact you if you're traveling between Slidell and New Orleans East this morning. So drivers, I would hold off because, again, we're seeing some very dangerous driving conditions out there with an accident reported on the eastbound side of I-10. But we're seeing fog and smoke, of course, on both sides. So we're seeing a lot of traffic take Highway 11. Coming off the coming from Slidell to Highway 11, I saw some delays there as well on the camera. And then you can always take Highway 90 as an alternate as well if you have to travel. But again, if you are traveling, if you have to travel this morning, I will hold off because, again, very dangerous conditions there with an accident reported as well. I-10 eastbound on the twin span at mile marker 249. That's causing some delays. And as you can see, coming in from Slidell toward the city, we've got some bad backups as well. I want to show you this live camera. Kind of hard to see, but we do see traffic slowing down. This is I-10 just near Highway 11. So conditions not as thick here on the twin span, but again, once you get off, you'll be hit with a fog wall. So again, we're seeing that dangerous combination of fog and smoke this morning. I-55 commuters were also seeing some fog that way as well. So maybe you want to consider Highway 51 instead of taking I-55. But again, I-10, the big story, I-10 shut down eastbound and westbound at Michoud due to an accident, one on the eastbound side, and then also because of the fog and smoke we're seeing this morning. So we've got you covered with the latest right here on Fox 8. Let's get over to Zach with today's forecast and what he's seeing in his direction.
Yeah, good morning, Christy, and we are following that issue that is on I-10 just past or near Irish Bayou. Remember, and I want to point this out, that's the twin spans. It is clear sailing on the twin spans. There's not a hint of any fog on the twin spans, but you run into that wall of what we call super fog. It's a mixture of fog and smoke. That's what makes it so dangerous because you go from clear skies, clear sailing, and clear visibility to just nothing. It's literally zero visibility. Now, other areas that are seeing some fog, I've noticed some near I-55 at Manchac. This is not very dense though. This is not any type of super fog situation there, but you will have a reduction in visibilities along I-55. All the other cameras, it's fine. There's no issues in most of our area roadways other than that really bad spot where you hit that zero visibility in New Orleans East. Farther inland, we are getting some patchy fog. Some of these sensors are over some grassy areas, or most of them are, and so you can get that ground fog on a morning like this. Also, Houma, Galliano, down to a quarter of a mile, but I had one of those cameras into Houma, and there wasn't showing any type of fog in that vicinity. 50s on the North Shore, waking up to around 60 south of the lake. We're going to have a warm day ahead. Once we get past any fog or smoke this morning, it's going to be a warm one. 84 by this afternoon. That's going to approach the record of 86. John and Kelsey?
All right, thanks, Zach. I wanted you to check out this shot from Andres Fuentes because he's pointed the light outside his window. And Andres, you can see the fog. You're right there, right in the fog bank.
Wow.
Right, John. You know, right here in the storm tracker in the thick of that fog wall, I'm going to kind of go to that storm tracker shot right now, what you were talking about, turning on the light. We do have our curb light on right now, and you can see it's just exactly that, a thick fog wall just right toward the right. This is pointing right toward the bayou. No visibility whatsoever. I'm going to turn it off. You can see an even better, visualization of what we're seeing right here on I-10 eastbound, just past that Michoud exit. We have moved inches. We've been here, stuck here for about 30 minutes. We've seen some of the commuters coming out of their cars, trying to walk toward where this accident is to get a better visualization, or even just, taking a little break. But, they quickly go right back into their cars just because not only the fog, it's hard to see, but it's the smell, guys. We've been out here in the storm tracker for close to 30 minutes now, and the smell has, I've been covering a lot of wildfires over the past summer. I've been doing a lot of fog stuff since it really became an issue for a few weeks now, and it's really hard to describe exactly what I'm smelling, but it is very thick. It's akin to a few weeks ago when we were doing morning live shots over in Lafitte. And they were also experiencing fog mixed with some of that wildfire smoke. So as you can see, it's just hard to see anything in front of us, and no traffic, no cars really moving forward at all. You know, a lot of these drivers are stuck with the realization that they're going to be here for quite some time, unfortunately. Now, this is the best view we can give you of westbound I-10. As you can see, a thick fog wall right there, and it's hard to really visualize if there is any cars going in that direction. The only thing I did see not too long ago was a few ambulances going westbound. It was maybe 10 minutes ago, but ever since then, you know, it has just been an even thicker fog wall since the start, since we actually got here doing live shots. But again, we're going to be here in the storm tracker live for you all for the Fox 8 Morning Edition, giving you another live or continuous live looks at this fog. But we're now going to toss to the Alert Center with even more updates for you guys.
In the Alert Center, I'm Rob Krieger. We got some new video just into the newsroom minutes ago of that fog impacting drivers right now on I-10. You just saw what Andreas was showing you this morning. That's dark video there of the fog, and then as you turn to see some of the traffic there in the area, you can see an 18-wheeler there on the side of the road with their hazards on. In this sort of situation, where you're parked on the side, hazards are one thing. When you're driving through an area like this, just look how thick that fog is and how quickly that visibility dissipates. But when you are driving in an area like this, make sure you do not have your hazards on, because it just reflects through that super fog there and then can impact drivers even further, creating even more potential effects against visibility there. But just again, between the dark and then as the sun begins to come up now during this hour, we may see even greater impacts with this super fog. Of course, we are going to keep you updated throughout the morning on this issue as it impacts drivers in our area. That's the latest from the Alert Center. Back to you, John.
All right, thanks for that.